All right, on to Is You With It or Nah. Today we have Kenyon versus Chef Curry, getting judged by Red O. The Big Three had its initial event Sunday in Barclays Arena in Brooklyn, and it aired on Fox Monday evening. It was kind of exciting to see some of the old players up there trying to get buckets again. My question to you guys, seeing the injuries that happened to Kenyon Martin, Corey Maggette, White Chocolate, my question is, does the Big Three get a second season? I mean, this was the first tournament, and they already had injuries. It's not being aired live. I mean, they had a good turnout, but was it because it was the first one? Who knows? So my question between you two is, I don't have a coin.
Uh-oh.
You got one? Look at that.
Earned
Pick
negative.
Hold on.
Do the number thing.
Hold on.
Do the number thing.
Let's not.
Hey, no, look. Kev, pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
He got it, so it don't matter. He picked.
Spot on, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna argue yes. I think they get a second season.
Okay, Kenyon, choose.
Kevin can go first.
Alrighty. Well, let me know when to get it. I'm
3,
my man Ice Cube a favor.
2, 1.
Okay, I think Big Three gets a second season. I think it's perfectly timed. It airs during a time of year where the most exciting sport on TV is baseball. So as fans, we don't have much else to watch but the Big Three. At the end of the day, it is entertainment. It's not competing with the NBA, but it serves more as an extension of it. You know, we get to see basketball without the professional pressure or scrutiny that, you know, the stars get today and that the news media has to cover. We also get to see former players show if they still have it or not. The 3-on-3 format makes it easier for players to get exposed, which means that the games have no choice but to be competitive. Players are allowed to be themselves and bring out that attitude and the physical style that we wish the NBA would embrace. Steven Jackson got teed up last night, and I thought it was amazing. They have the great Gus Johnson, my cousin, commentating. He often pays homage to the former players who fans aren't familiar with and may not know much about them before they got involved. He referenced the Charles Oakley and Rick Mahorn fight from back in the day, and those two actually coached against each other last night. So I thought that was cool, and it ultimately leads people to Google or YouTube players who they see participate but didn't know much about their career. The rules are a bit gimmicky, I'll confess that, but so was the ABA back in the day. And look how, you know, its loose play and that flair ultimately helped the NBA change for the better. And since 3-on-3 basketball will eventually become an Olympic sport in 2020, the Big Three serves as a prototype in a sense that it only makes sense to let this program run, work out the kinks, and see how it's received as a whole. Let's mention it being pre-taped and it's not live, and I think that's a risk-averse move for Fox Sports because they make sure they get the production of it on point, which it was. BET could take a chapter out of their book. But the championship game, the main event, will be aired on live TV. So my last point is that I think it'll continue to succeed because it's an investment in our culture. 15,000 people showed up. Fabulous had a halftime concert. The players are making money off of it. So it's business, and good business equals success. Sign me up for year 2.
All right, Kenyon.
All right. You ready? So I'm going to pick up where Kevin left off. It might be a risk-averse move for Fox to tape delay these games, but it's actually bad business. In the era of social media and instant results, instant feedback, trying to premiere a debut, a league where we know the results 24 hours in advance from actually being able to see them unless you actually go to the event is always going to be a bad thing. The second issue that I found with the Big Three is the length of the games. Les, you talked about the injuries, and part of that is because the players are playing to 60. So the rules are first team that gets to 60 wins or has the most points over 60. They probably should shorten that to 50 or maybe even 40 because when watching the game, you see it's a very intense game, but again, you're playing with older players that are in a very competitive space. It's a very physical game, and so I think that shortening the length of the games and then also the season, I question what Allen Iverson, Jason Williams, Junkyard Dog are going to look like 10 weeks down the line after they've been visiting all the major metropolitan cities and partying and being able to relive the days of their youth Now with this Big Three league, I think the product's only going to get worse. Finally, you have history that is against the Big Three. You've got the XFL, the WFL, the USFL, indoor roller hockey, women's soccer leagues. All of those are now defunct. And so, unfortunately, the history of popular American sports have been that if you're trying to infiltrate one of the three big sports and create a new league, that it doesn't work out well for you. And then finally, I think this is the most important thing, and this directly impacts the product, and that's the stars. Unless you can get some Kobe Bryants and some Tim Duncans playing in this, some Kevin Garnett's playing in this league, DeMar Johnson's, Moochie Norris, Smush Parker's are only going to last for so long. And so with that, I think it's done after year one.
What you got against Smush?
Don't talk shit about Smush.
I'm gonna go with Kevin.
Oh, yes.
You got drafted.
And
he got drafted.
And it's
Put
not,
your glasses on, Kevin.
and it's not because you got on Laker purple. I just think because of some of the things Kenyon actually said are things they can actually fix. And I don't see them as being in a position where they won't change things. I think the fact that it is a Olympic sport will help it. But I also think because it's once a week, it'll help with the fact of what you're talking about, the product actually getting worse. Them having 6 days in between may actually help them recuperate some of them old folks.
No, they're going to be partying during those 6 days.
In all the major cities.
In all the major cities.
And I do think Fox is being risk averse, but I think if it shows itself to be successful, they probably will start airing live.
Do you guys think they will add like bigger names like Kobe and Shaq? Because Paul Pierce was up there. He's like, maybe I'll call Kobe and Shaq and we can get out there. And Shaq don't have to run the court. He can stand in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, but see, now it's a farce. And honestly, a lot of those guys, like they missed the game, right? But this is still not the same. And honestly, I was really surprised. I don't know how you felt, Kevin, but the physicality.
Oh, yeah.
Like they one of the rules is hand checking is okay, is legal.
They old.
They're right, exactly. But it's I just think that there's gonna be more wear and tear than they think, and I wonder what that product's gonna look like by the end of it all.
I think I agree with Omar. I think they clean those things up, and I think we talked about it yesterday a little bit that there's some opportunities there, specifically with the characters, the potential for a reality TV show out of it during that week. They could kind of play it up like the N1 days.
I actually think it would land better if it was on a different channel, like an HBO or something like that, because Gary Payton got bleeped out a lot. And I think that would make it entertaining, honestly. Yeah. And then to your point, Devin, what you said yesterday, which I think is a great idea. If we could, because at the end of the day, it's TV, so we got to care about the characters. Mm-hmm. And the opportunity to care about the characters would come through some sort of a reality show, which is in line with what our culture, which is a reflection of our culture. So, yeah.